2020 has been a challenging year, I think, across the board for everybody.
I think we all had this mindset of like 2 to 4 weeks maximum of a shutdown.
We had to find a way to create a new sense of community.
We knew that we needed to continue to provide the right platform and content for our clients and for our subscribers. So what we did was we came up with a very quick virtual program that was thought out and comprehensive.
The summit is an educational and vocational opportunity for our speakers, our sponsors, and our attendees to get together and talk about subjects of common interest. Here's our research. Here's our experience. Here are our resources and expertise.
Ultimately, we ended up putting 20 virtual events on the calendar for 2020. North America, South America, EMEA, India, ANZ. So the global reach on these events is tremendous. And we would have recruited over 20,000 members of our subscriber base to join us at these events throughout 2020.
Our sponsors still need a way to connect with members of the community.
You don't come to a round table and just sit there with your camera off and listen to the conversation. You are going to be drawn into the conversation, and it brings together a small, intimate group of practitioners, and they're willing to give their challenges to hear from others, and they appreciate the subject matter expertise.
I do think the reason why they are so popular across all of our sponsors is just because of what we bring to the table. It's not just an event, it's an experience. We also have an excellent team of event and project managers here that do all the heavy lifting, from start to finish. It's a very seamless process. And I think that's a lot of reason why people are signing up for these, but not only signing up for these, but coming on for more of these in the future.
And because it's led by us in that we're helping develop the storyline and we're leading the conversation and keeping it on track and directing it by those parameters, becomes a rich experience for all of us.
Recruitment is an important part of obviously what we're doing and bringing in the folks to these virtual environments and these platforms.
We have an editorial team, on staff ready to help you with your content, who understands what people are interested in based on what's being looked at on our websites, what people are clicking on. We can match that to our recruitment efforts too. So if you're doing an event on a certain topic, we can go into, our network and see who from our database has been interested in that topic before, and then add some extra layer of recruitment efforts on top of that.
ISMG is not an events company that produces content. We're a content and education company that produces events.
We have over 900,000 subscribers to our platforms.
Content is fresh. It's interesting. It attracts the audience that we're looking for.
We have a global editorial team that's writing this content every day.
Again, having that editorial team there as that content advisor, as that moderator throughout the conversation, and then providing you a post-event report of notes that they took throughout the conversation is great added value for you. It makes it very easy for the sponsor and their team to just join as that subject matter expert, to learn, to not have to worry about taking notes or controlling the conversation. They're really there for, being that expert in the room for the attendees to ask questions too.
Every one of us comes to these events looking for a return on investment. For the sponsors, obviously, they want to meet prospective buyers. They want to grow their own networks. For the speakers, it's an opportunity to be on a global stage. For the attendees, it's an opportunity to come to an event where they're going to gain knowledge, they're going to gain contacts in their own networks, and they're going to get new ideas that they can bring back to their workplace and potentially implement new strategies, new controls that are going to be for the benefit of the organization.
we're able to do a lot more events because they are virtual. We're not worried about people traveling. We can target wider geography, so we're not contained to just driving distance to a venue within city limits. We can now target a whole geography.
I love being in a virtual event that's nominally in New York City, but I'm simultaneously chatting with somebody in Brazil, someone in Portugal, and someone in Canada. That wasn't available to me before.
We have made another quick decision for 2021 through at least Q3 to go virtual.
We've done 205 events total for the year. 178 of them have been virtual since we only did in-person events in the first quarter.
So we're going to have events on government. We're going to have events on financial services. We're going to have summits on the healthcare space. We're also going to cover topics like zero trust, IAM, fraud, payments, mobile security, IoT. These are all topics that we're going to be covering in our virtual environments.
You know, we've been close to the cybersecurity community for a decade and a half. It's a chance for us to continue that continuity, that we are talking about the topics that matter, that we're speaking to the decision makers who matter, and that we're putting up on our stages people who are legitimate thought leaders who've got impactful statements to make. So we're all looking for a return on that. And because we see it consistently, that brings us all back to continue doing it and to try to do it even better.